All right. This is another video. This is about testimony. You know, these people, the perps and this program is very. They really do their best to make you accept this BS, right? But the theatrics, the theater of it all is beyond. It's comical almost, but they're gonna do whatever they can to try to look like they're not doing the things they do to me when it comes to the reactions. So they do the pedophilia type of torture, but I'm not the first, and I won't be the last one to say that. They've done it, and but them they're trying to say we just analyze it, we match it to you when you were a kid. It's you, but when you were a kid, that's why you get these things, these reactions. You know, the reason why I make this reality, I just this testimony is just give you an example, show you how obvious they are, just like this theater they've created. Now, the theater is going to consist of me being tortured because it's part of the theater. They want to make it look like we're protecting the neighborhood, the community, our kids, and we're going to be severe and cruel for our kids. Burn them all. Because they want to present me as this pedophile when in reality, these people are filled and are pedophiles. That's why right now, if you were here, you will hear nose campaign. The nose campaign they like to do is ironically using trash because they are trash to me. So when they do this thing, it's like the theater is like it's. Sometimes I do believe it. It feels biblical in the sense that for them to try to stop me from saying and putting the reality, they have to use trash noise. It's kind of indicative of what they are, trash, bottom feeders for these pedophiles that want you to accept this thing, and they just slam the door and it's like, it's all theaters. It's all just to make you, and they tell themselves they are at war. They're not at war. This is a program where they're supposed to make you accept these things. This happened not too long ago. So, and this is it happens many times, but I'm gonna give this example, and I'm gonna continue to talk about it. And the reason why I do this is because I feel like there'll be a time when I won't be able to make any of the um, I will not be able to make a video or talk about it. So this is something I'd rather have said and then go through whatever I'm gonna go through. They never having said any of that and let them go into their reality they've put together, this disgustingness, where they call themselves cruel, but the reality is that they're trash. Cruel, they do cruelty things, but they're trash more than cruel because this cruelty is a facade to pretend like they're not doing horrible things to even women and children. So yes, they're cruel in the sense that they torture people, including children and women, but they are trash because they're just the bottom feeder that are working for pedophiles and they do the fallacy and have no self-respect. And they try to maintain this facade of like we're protecting, we're this and that. No, they sold their soul to pedophiles. And me continuously pointing out what they really are is going they have to create more theater, torture or something. And I know that this is how it goes. They're easy to kind of figure out in the sense that okay, you're doing this because you want me to not only accept this, but you want me to see you as this. No, you can do this to a child. You can torture the same way you torture me, a child. But me, you're trying to make it seem like, oh, what you did as a kid. And then on top of that, you try to make me feel, you're making me feel disturbing stimulations. And they say, no, we matched it to you when you were a kid. Listen to this nonsensical. I've shown pictures of like the age group they're talking about. And I'm a 30-some-year-old man, so of course I know it's not true. But this is what happened, right? So I'm trying to purchase something on Amazon, right? Even now they try to do something in my mouth. And this thing comes, right? And I don't know if you can see it's like kids playing or whatever. Stimulation, as always. What happens? As always, as always, they're gonna make me feel stimulation. You see, they try to flip, but nowadays this is the norm, right? So as always, they're gonna stimulate me toward children to disturb me, and they're gonna try to make me accept this. So then you hear this noise campaign, which I'm gonna bring up a little bit. Up, give me a second. I need to charge it up a little bit. So then they make this noise campaign, which I'm gonna show, and I captured that moment, which I'm thankful for this moment. because to me, I'm going to try to do my best to give an example, uh, and show what they do. But it didn't end just there. So this initial, there's a picture. This two little boys playing with the mother or something like that. They do the stimulations, right? And it's funny how they like to try to be condescending because they're like, you're strong, huh? To them, being strong is he's not going with this thing that we're doing to him. Well, how can I go with it at this point with all the validation I have? Like it's like, oh, but you're strong. It's like, no, it's just thank you to all the testimonies. Thank you for validating things I knew already. You know, I was writing letters to this New York Times and everything, saying something's happening to me. I'm getting reaction that I will not organically have, and of course, I've been validated. But listen to this. So uh, after this, I hear this person, and I hope you can hear the noise campaign. The bikers are supposed to intimidate me into accepting this nasty stimulation, but it doesn't end there. I want to be able to express everything, and I'm kind of excited because they did this noise campaign that I wanted them to kind of do so I can record them. So this is them in the hallway after this picture came up, just talking loudly. You hear somebody say, La Mafia. Now, is it because they're trying to intimidate me? You know, they say that, the mafia is involved and whatever. So, these people want me to believe that maybe La Mafia is involved. I think that's what he's trying to do. I won't be surprised. Or either that or something about La Mafia I'm going to hear later. But I believe that what they're trying to do is to intimidate me because they have said something about the mafia is involved and things like that. Um, do you think that I believe the mafia is involved in it? Like, is not involved, but is in charge of this? They are. Yesterday, a few days ago, they were calling themselves the FBI. So these people are just contracted by the government, the Department of Defense, to create deploy this technology onto civilians. And some of this technology consists of manipulating your brain and get you to be stimulated in these ways. They know this. They know even more than you, but they're gonna play accordingly. They're gonna be really like acting appropriately. And some of the theater is gonna consist of the torture. I think the reason why they want to make themselves look like, what, is look at how we're torturing this guy. He's a pedophile. That's why we're torturing him like that. When in reality, they're the one making you feel this way. They're the one forcing you to respond this way. And so because they want you to like, to accept this, like they try to be like, oh my God, you know what? Oh, for la niña. I mean, they speak Spanish here. So la niña. I'm like, oh my gosh, you fried and torture la niñas. They are such a fraudulent thing. You are dangerous to niñas. If they're not yours and they're target individuals, you will fire them. So I know what these people are really are. You hear of women being suffocated and tortured by these people. And when it comes to the stimulations, matter of fact, I made a video not too long ago about Stephen Curry daughter. This There's a picture, a screenshot I took of her 2 days ago because when I remember seeing her when I was normal, when I didn't have La Mafia on me, when it's not before the V2K started, which is the government, right? When I was able to see this normally, now I get the stimulation because it's a little girl is even worse. Oh, I get the disgusting stimulation. But this is what they do. And they want me to somehow say, no, these people are not doing this. I've talked about it enough uh, here, but I'm going to say it a million times if that's my last words I have to say. And they try to use the different tone.
This technology can be used to control the muscle movement of the target, causing spasms. They can also inflict pain in any part of the body. This technology can be used to sexually manipulate the target. It can make the target feel sexual arousal, or it can sort of turn off the target's sexuality.
So they have control. They have full control of all of your body, and they stimulate me in so disgusting ways, so much, so disgusting. And so this little girl, which I talked about, I think in 2 days ago, where I hope I should have showed the picture of her, where they just stimulated me. I've seen her before August 19, 2019, when I was controlling myself. When I was controlling myself, this trying to manipulate. When I was myself, when I was not being controlled by somebody, when I was my own person. And they're like, oh, control. So before you were like had to control yourself. No, when I was able to be me, when I was me. Now when I was being controlled by others, right? They try to mess with you. They force speech. That's part of it. To try to twist and frustrate you in regard to what you're saying. When I was me, and they're like, no, you were controlling, like what kind of, like I was like doing something in my like this. These people are delusional. No, when I was me, when I was my own person, when my body was mine, when my mind was mine. Now is your body, is your mind, and you manipulate the way you want it. You stimulate me sexually toward children, and now is that. This is retardation. So I know this is what they do. Matter of fact, let's go back up again to why do they do the pedophile type of torture? Do they do these things?
I also experience what is referred to as malodorance. This is the alteration of the smell sensation so that I am often made to smell various things, including smoke, burning, dirty diaper, or baby powder, which they sometimes combine with the pedophilia type of torture, including the threat.
No, this is a lie. Somebody just like lie. No shame in the gaslighting. That's what they use child like people. Can you imagine in my mind? They're like, oh, so somehow you're able to like block that. I was like, how, block what out? What do you mean? Do you think I'm my brain like go block stuff? No. You create this stimulation. You create this sensation. You're not here just like they have these different ways of telling stories. Like, no, it was hidden somewhere. We took it out and brought it. Oh, it's not a pedophilia type of torture. They have no shame. And truly in their mind, like, oh no, they are. No, you're not doing the pedophilia type of torment. You sure? So hold on.
People, I don't even know if they're so dramatic. It is dramatic. It's somebody trying to end my life. It's somebody trying to end who I am as a person. It's somebody trying to take over my mind. But he thought of pedophilia. This guy.
No, no, you guys don't do that. This you guys go in them and you match and and you analyze. You don't manipulate people. They are delusional. And in my brain, they try to stick with this BS. Yes, you do the peripheral type of torture. No, it's not me when I was a child. First of all, I'm a 30-some-year-old man. What do you mean? They have no shame. And they do the noise campaign. Can you imagine to have this argument or to try to make you think in this way? You were controlling yourself before. You didn't have that because you control that. They literally, that's why they made me say this. So they can have this argument. You were controlling yourself. You somehow like, you like in your mind, just control yourself. Me, I have no shame. So they're gonna do this acting. They in the acting, the theaters, all of that, just to try to present this false narrative. The theater includes the torture that I'm gonna experience. Is gonna be part of the theater. It's about he was what's the word compartmentalized or something like that, and we just took it out. It was just somewhere in the brain, but he was have no shame. No, when I was me, when I was myself, when I had my own brain, when my brain was me to control, not to control, but they try to. When I have my own brain to, it was mine. It was mine. It was not somebody playing with it. That was mine. It was me. Now it's controlled by people who want me to be stimulated toward children. And now they have this, oh, you control. Also, mean that means you have the peripheral thing, but you control it how? You retard. You stupid. Like these people have no shame. No, when I have my own me. Now people here try to make me accept these things they can manipulate. They have no shame.
form of sensory deprivation, which will be discussed later. Tactic of belief systems and the human will. In no-touch torture, the techniques are more psychologically specialized for each target. Most common examples include homosexual targets that are forced with voices that are derogatory to their lifestyle and similar mental images. Almost all targets are forced to view child pornography in their minds. And finally,
They have no shame. Maybe they don't do that. Me is me. And before I used to control it with some kind of way to block out that part of my brain. Because I wasn't getting the stimulation. Somehow I was able stupidity. And it truly really tried to fight me, it forced me to have this thing. No, I didn't control anything because I didn't need to control anything. But it was my brain, it was mine. It was my brain. It was mine. It was not being controlled by others. It was mine. Now it's manipulated by people who do the peripheral type of torture and try to make me accept these peripheral things and say that was you when you were a kid. Black girl. Can you imagine? And I have no shame. They're doing their best to make me subscribe to this thing. So to all my target individual, you will be forced to accept things that aren't true. And they will try to counter reality. Even me saying like, the reason why they say control is because is because they want it to be, oh, so you control. Even that doesn't even make sense. You understand how retarded, how stupid it is? They are trying to counter reality, but there's too much facts. How you wait? So you wait. So everybody else, you do the pedophilia type of torture, but him, you're not doing anything manipulative in regard of pedophilia. It's him when he was a kid. Oh, he's going to get knocked out. Then that's true. La mafia. Okay, that's true then. No, they use these childlike people that have no shame. They use these people who wants to do the theatrics, the theaters, and I'm not going to subscribe. Before August 19, 2019, I had my own brain. I was thinking for myself. It was me. No stimulation, no nasty thing. It was that I didn't have to control this BS where they try to force me to say. Like, I don't know even how you do that. And they're so stupid. Because they try to say maybe I meditated. I meditated in my life maybe twice. I tried twice. Just like I was so stressed out once. I just like tried to breathe. Okay, and that's that. These people are just they have no shame. It's like you're gonna get raped. So what does it mean? Does it mean that you guys are not doing the perfect type of tormenting? Are you so you guys are not manipulating me to get this reaction? This is naturally happening. This feeling I just had, and they open the door and slam the door every time to make me think like I'm gonna subscribe to it. These people have no shame, but actually they have shame. That's why the theater is so strong. That's why the torture is gonna happen. Because they want to make themselves believe. Look at we're gonna torture him. You see how you see the little girl, you see how the stimulation? That's him. You see, Stephen Curry. When I was able to look, I remember see her talking on the microphone before, and I was like, oh, that's cute. Oh, that's nice. Well, now it's stimulation, and they're slamming all the doors and try to make me accept this BS version they have now. You gotta be strong. These people are a bunch of pedos. They do the pedophilia type of torture. This thing here.
Johnson, you're fired. Why? It's not you. It's your shirt. But it's Casual Friday. Well, you've taken it.
What's going on here? This is
Look,
so
I mean,
bizarre and
remember-
so evil.
Allie, we're told, and when I was put through recruitment into the intel community, you're put through polygraphs, you're put through a rigorous selection process. Why aren't these people weeded out? Why are so many pedophiles allowed to be given top-level security clearance? Remember, these aren't just people walking in off the street and saying, hey, can I get hired? Can I get a job? You're put through an extremely rigorous background check screening process. It's called an SSBI, single scope background investigation. There are people, they interview you, they interview your family, they interview your contacts, they go through your online footprint, they go through everything. So why is it that when they're going through these footprints, they're not checking, these digital footprints, they're not checking for so many pedophiles, getting through their ranks.
So many.
If it were up to me, you need to go into Congress, and Congress needs to launch a brand new church committee, number one, to talk about domestic surveillance operations, but number two, to ask the question, why are there so many pedophiles sitting behind those computer screens within the walls of Langley, within the Pentagon, and throughout the broader intelligence community?
Do you know where they try to make me think? Let me show you. They want me to think that was me when I was a child. And they're not doing the pedophilia type of torture. These people who can control your sexual arousal, these people who are now to do the stimulations, these people who force you to think in this disturbing pedophilia ways. No, it's you, La Nina. They have no shame. Of course, I know it's you. Now you make me feel this way, and then you say, "Oh, that was you when you were a kid." When I was normal before. Oh, before you controlled yourself. Basically, I wasn't getting stimulations because I was controlling myself. How? Did I just like how? These people are delusional to the nth degree. Say, no, we released it, we open what you were controlling. I'm like, oh, delusional. It's la mafia. Yeah, the theater. And listen, the torture and everything I'm going to experience is for them to try to make it look like that they're these people who are just so cruel and just want to avenge and protect the community. And they're going to do this because, this guy is a pedophile. Well, when in reality, they work for the pedophile. They do this pedophile type of torture. They force you to stimulate our children. And they are the pedos and try to turn you into their pedos. You hear so much pedophiles in this intelligence community. And also, and we're talking about even DARPA, this technology that La Mafia, quote unquote, this, they have no shame. The rest is just for the theater. So to all my target individuals, stay strong. They'll do everything possible to make you accept these things.